Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Bridgerton Season 3. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on stripper shows, reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Yeah, before I get into this review, can I rant for just a little bit? I have made the video, my review of seasons 3 and 4, like a few days ago. And when I went to go edit, my videos was gone. And I'm like, are you for real? So I was like, I'm going to just give it a few days and I'm going to come back. As I was doing this video right here, I got good 15 minutes in, and then my screen just did something like this and just went blank, and now I got to start over. So if I'm not my usual self, it's because I'm highly irritated that my system is not wanting, it's not letting me be great right now. So this season we have Francesca Bridgerton, who is going to be making her debut into society. Now y'all know Queen Charlotte, she loved the Bridgerton family. And I was like, what is it about the Bridgerton family? Is it because, like, Lady Bridgerton, she has had 2 successfuls in the last 2 seasons? Then what is it? And I was like, my mind, since I'm always thinking outside of the box and I'm always reaching on something, I was like, what if it has something to do with Lady Danbury? And the fact that, the now gone Lord Ledger was kind of sweet on her, and a young Lady Bridgerton, or she was a Miss Bridgerton at the time, she was all about the integration of the town and was like getting her mama together like they're no different to us. Matter of fact, some of them are richer than us. They got titles bestowed upon them by the king, and we got our title by the king as well, so how are they any different? So Lady Bridgerton, she has always been about that life. And maybe what if, Lady Danbury put a little word in there, like, hey, the Bridgerton people, they good people. They have always been about us, the people, the darker hue people. They here for us. Now, his wife, that's a whole nother story. If you want to doggone it, throw rocks at her feet all day long, you go ahead and do that. But Lord Ledger and the young Miss Violet Bridgerton, Ledger, they good people. And she kind of sort of my daughter unofficially, because me and her daddy was creeping, but we're going to keep that on the hush. But I'm like, because young Queen Charlotte and young Lady Danbury, they've been cool since she became queen. And I'm pretty sure that throughout these years, they have gossip. And she probably let us slip that, hey, when my husband, who, trigger warning, looked like this, after he had, went on to be with him, I wasn't sad, I was frustrated. And Lord Ledger, he helped me out of my frustration. And I know it was wrong to do, but it made me happy. I was kind of going over there. Like, sad note, that I feel the same way about Richard Weber and Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy. Richard Weber is Meredith Grey's daddy, and I not biologically, but that is her daddy in my eyes. So anytime I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, I'm like, Meredith, what is your daddy doing? I'm always saying that Richard Weber, her daddy. I know it don't make sense if you don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but Meredith's mama was creeping with Richard back in the day. He known her all her life, and they was gonna run away together, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't leave his wife, even though she was ready to leave her husband. And when they had like a episode of like this or that, or like what would have happened, and we see that Richard Weber and Ellis Grey had got married and they had raised Meredith together, and I was like, see, that only confirms to me that Richard Weber is Meredith Grey's daddy. Just like in my mind, Lady Bridgerton is Lady Danbury's daughter unofficially. That's how my mind works. So it's Francesca's, coming out. She's already up and had breakfast. She done played the pianoforte, and she is ready to meet the queen. And the queen takes a liking to her because she likes the Bridgerton, because of what I just previously said. The thing is, Francesca, she is the quiet one of the house. She is what I believe is an introvert. But they didn't really know what that was back in, the early 1800s. And they probably would have just perceived her as weird. And she's probably just an introvert, just likes being by herself, likes the quiet, don't really like doing too much, so I get it. Now, we have Colin Bridgerton coming back. Y'all know he was upset about not being able to marry Marina because she was pregnant by somebody else and it took a toll on your boy's life. So he's like, I'm going to be out here and getting my explorer on, and I'm going to be traveling from country to country. So now that he has come back, he has changed his whole appearance. He is no longer rocking that rockadoodle hairstyle that he was rocking for seasons 1 and season 2 and a little bit of Queen Charlotte. Now, if y'all don't remember some of my early millennials may remember that cartoon Rockadoodle. But if you don't remember, Rockadoodle, he looked like this. So, yeah, he no longer has that hairstyle. He is more of a Indiana Jones-esque type. He it's not all the way Indiana Jones. It's, Indiana Jones-ish. So all the girls was like, oh, Kylie, look at you. You look so wonderful. I want to be with you. And he is soaking it all up. And I was like, it's because you got rid of that rockadoodle hairstyle. That's why all the girls are swarming to you. Now with the Feathertons, the two older sisters, was it? I want to say Philima, but that's not right. It's Prudence and is it Philima? They have married. But they have married just regular men. They have not married anybody with any type of title, which I'm surprised because that seemed like that was all of Lady Featherton's goal in life, was to make sure at least her two older sisters married a man who had a title so they can take care of her. But her being a raggedy person she is, she's like, oh, I'm just so happy, Penelope, that you will be with me for the rest of my life. Like, I know you never going to get married and don't even think about trying to get married because you're going to be here with me for the rest of my life. This is when Penelope is like, you know what, I can no longer stay at my mama's house because I'm going to end up doing something to her. So I need a makeover. I need to focus on getting a husband so I can get up at this lady's house. Because at least when my two sisters was here, she was raggedy. But she also had to be raggedy with somebody else and focus on them. But now her focus is on me and staying in this house with her. And I'm just not going to do that. So she goes to her homegirl, the Modis, and she was like, I need a new look. This citrus color, I'm tired of it. Give me something like they wearing in Paris. Like, make me over. Make me nice, and when I'm done, I want to be right. I want to be made over. And she was like, I got you, girl. She went to her homegirl, the hairstylist. She said, I'm tired of these tight pin curls. Give me a loose body wave. Let it go off my shoulders to accentuate this, the shoulder. I don't know why that blanked on me. I was like, yes. When she was with the Modi, she was like, those dresses my mama had me in did not do anything for my figure. I know I am a more plumper girl, but I can still accentuate what I do have and the curves that I do have. So give me something that's going to show off all this body, show off my curves, show that I am a woman and not a little girl. And that's where she was going with it. So I was like, okay, we here for it. Penelope, you getting you a new makeover. You getting you a new look. And the mama had the nerve to be like, oh my goodness, what is she wearing? It's like she's wearing something that's going to catch an attention from a man. She not trying to wear them citrus colors no more. So when, Penelope shows up on the scene, everybody looking like, ooh, she look nice. She look real cute. Like, that's Penelope, girl. I didn't know you had it in you. And she is soaking it all in. But the thing is, she on the shy side. And she not really used to the attention. So she don't really know how to talk to the young men. Just like Francesca doesn't know how to talk to the young men because she's an introvert. And so she is always off to herself. But she had to let Penelope know, one of these days you're going to have to get up off that wall and mingle if you want to get you a man. And she was like, you know what, you're right. And Penelope, she runs into Colin and he's looking like, oh, how you doing? You looking kind of nice today. She was like, I guess. And basically you back then you didn't want me, now I'm how you all on me. You said you would never go out with me. How dare you? That was rude and disrespectful. She didn't say those words, but I'm paraphrasing for you guys. And he's like, I ain't mean to do that for real. And she's like, look here, I need to find me a man because I got to get up at my mama's house. I'm going to end up hurting her if I don't. She gonna say one slick thing, and maybe I will hurt her. Maybe I'll just grab the money that I got because I'm rolling in dough right now because I'm waiting with it down. You don't know that, and don't nobody else know that. But what's her name? Eloise, and we're not really talking right now, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. I can take my money and I can check the deuces to this place. But I'm not really sure how far she can go because, you know, you are a young woman in the 1800s and you are ripe for the picking and get, like, assaulted or, you know, robbed. So maybe that's not, maybe I shouldn't be suggesting that she run away. But anyways, they agree that he is going to help her find a man. I'm going to teach you how to get a suitor so you can find this man. But in the process of doing that, he starts to liking her. Now, moving over there, we're at another ball. Where Francesca is, she is the new diamond of the season. Francesca is upstairs playing the piano forte. And the queen was like, oh, so you playing for yourself and not for the entertainment of me. This intrigues her. So she's like, go ahead, continue on. This is Lady Danbury's doing. She's like, well, let's go over here. And they walk past Francesca playing the piano forte. And this is only, you know, stacking her ranking of finding a young man. But I'm like, how's that going to happen? Because Francesca, she is an introvert. She is a quiet person. And I need to know somebody's going to match her same energy. And this is when we have Lord Kilmartin. He comes up on the scene. And he is just like, what's her name, Francesca? You know, he's quiet, reserved, don't like a lot of noise, like being by himself. I believe he is also an introvert. And she was like, he was getting kind of loud out there. So can I be out here alone with you? And she understood that, like, we together sitting out here, which that should have been a no-no. But they're together, but they're alone, but they're together. Like, you sit here and quiet, and I'm going to sit here and quiet, and this is what we're going to do. And I was like, that is so cute. Because I'm like, she needed somebody that's going to match her energy. Now, I know they always say opposites attract and all those other things, but I don't think that's what Francesca needed. When they see each other again, she's talking about this piece of music, but she doesn't like it because, like, the scale it is on. And he just, like, runs off, and she's like, what's wrong with him? Well, he brings her that piece in the scale that she likes. And it's like, heartbeat, flutter. Oh, my goodness, what do we do? Now we have Lady Bridgerton. You know, her loins was on fire in Queen Charlotte. And, you know, she has not been with a man in, like, 15 years. And, you know, she ready to, you know, get back here on the dating scene. And this is when she is approached by Lady Danbury's brother. Now, y'all know this is going to be awkward, but at the same time, Lady Danbury can't say anything because she was out here creeping with Lord Ledger back in the day. She just don't like, why you got to be with my friend daughter? You know, this is almost your niece. This could have been your niece. Even though you didn't know that, in my mind, why her of all people? And Lady Danbury is hurt because when she was younger, before she was, y'all know she was betrothed to Lord Danbury when she was 3. So I'm guessing why, like, before it was time for her to be shipped off to Lord Danbury, when she's like somewhat of an age of a teenager, she wanted to escape because she didn't want to be with that man because he was a good 30, 40 years older than her. And like, what do I want with this old man? No. But the younger brother didn't know the severity of the things, and he snitched on her. And she has not forgiven him since. She has held this grudge out on this man ever since then. It's like, you were the reason that I had to live in that house of horror with that man. And if y'all don't remember what he looked like, spoiler warning, you know, trigger warning, he looked like this. That's what she had to deal with. But it's like, why you gotta be with Lady Bridgerton? If all the ladies that you could have got with, you want to get with her. Colin lets it slip that he has been helping Penelope catch a man. So now everybody in the town knows what's going on. He told Eloise, not knowing that Eloise and Penelope are not friends right now because she found out that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, and you was talking all kind of trash about our family and could have ruined our reputation. And at this point, Eloise has become friends with Cressida Cooper. that mean girl. But like this season, we found out why she's mean. Now, granted, that does not justify her being mean. We just find out why she is the way she is. Now, as evil and mean as she is, she be coming through with the outfits. She be coming through with the hair. Like, she is another one of the ladies of the time that look like she goes to the Bronner Brothers hair show to get inspiration on what hairstyle she's going to do at the time. And I do appreciate that about her. But, like, the way she is, like, it's almost coming off as jealousy because she's always picking on Penelope. So, Penelope kind of sort of catches the eye of Lord Devlin. And Cressida, this is her third year on the marriage market as well. So it's like she is being, what's the word I'm looking for? She is being pressured into this getting married. So much so that her daddy, like, I will get one of my friends and to marry you off. Mind you, her daddy is a good 75 years old. He look like he one step away. If like he cough, he is gonna blow his whole cervix, his whole situation, and is gonna go kaput on him. But Lord Devlin, he seems like a nice enough man, but he seems like he is more interested in traveling and bird watching than he is in actually having a family. And after Penelope gets over her awkwardness towards him and like lying about liking grass and everything that it is with grass and nature and all that stuff, they kind of sort of get along. But the thing is, Colin is now looking at Penelope in a new light because she is no longer wearing those such colored dresses. And it's like, oh, I can finally see your figure and you looking kind of nice. But he don't know what to do with this situation. Lady Bridgerton is spotting this and she was like, oh, so this is, okay. Don't know how this is going to happen because I don't like Lady Featherington because she is a mean woman. But like, she going to sit back. She's going to observe, and she's going to do these things. And I'm like, how is this going to work? Well, over here with Francesca, her and Lord Kilmartin's like, we want to go ahead and get married. Like, I'm not going to find nobody that's going to match my awkwardness, and we want to be together. But, like, Lady Bridgerton, she was like, are you sure? Now, you would think after her trying to get all her kids married off, she'd be running at the opportunity to be like, yeah, go ahead and do this, girl. Go ahead and get married. Now, this is when we see a little bit of, what's his name, Benedict. There is an event, and there's a hot air balloon on the scene. And everybody is so captivated by this hot air balloon. And there is a young lady who walks up, and she's not with the other lady. She in there with the man, and they all think it's weird, but, like, for the 1800s, it's weird to her be interested in like what the men got going on. But long story short, Benedict entered into a relationship with this young lady and another man. Now, we always kind of sort of suspected that Benjamin may be a bisexual, but that's frowned upon at the time. So he couldn't really do that for real, but now he has found a couple that he can be with. But like, it seemed like she was liking him more than he liked her. He liked the whole situation, and he not really trying to separate things up like that. So we had that little scene with Benedict. Penelope almost gets run over by the hot air balloon, and it's frozen in fear. Now, when I was younger, I was like, that don't sound right. Like, I get scared, I'ma run. Until one day I was walking down the street with my younger cousins, and a dog just like ran up on the other side of the fence, and I literally froze. So I was like, yeah, I can understand like you being so scared you just freeze up. And Colin swoops to the day and saves her, and Lord Devlin's looking like, what's going on over here? And it's not helping that Cressida is like putting little whispering in his ear. So when they have a ball and Colin is dancing with Penelope, Lord Devlin is looking like they look kind of like they close, like they like each other. And when he confronts Penelope, she was like, it don't matter, he does not like me. But he was like, do you like him? She's like, it don't matter. He's like, it does. So now she is mad that Colin has messed up her situation with finding a man. Because y'all know she's trying to get out of her mama's house. Because she's going to do something to this lady if she is not released from this lady's clutches. Lady Feathering has an issue on her hands. A solicitor has come up asking about this money that she is coming to. Now, she ain't told this story that her auntie has left her this money. But the thing is, this auntie was stingy, and what little money she did have, she was not about to be giving it up. But she's like, no, she gave this money to, which one of my daughters gets pregnant first with a son, because y'all know we in the 1800s, and it's all about leaving, having a boy heir, and leaving him your property. So it's like, what we gonna do? Now it's like Operation Penelope, not Penelope, but, what is her name? Prudence and Philomena. Y'all go out here and get pregnant by y'all husbands. They don't know what they doing, basically. One of the sisters like, I don't want to get my hair messed up. I spent all day working on my hair. I don't want to get it messed up. And then she was like, I got a new husband. I want to take him out on the town. I'm not trying to be cramped up in the house. The other sister's like, well, she's explaining what they do. And basically, he climbs on top of her with his pants on, does a little grunt one or two, and then gonna take his pants. And look, Lady Featherland's looking like, y'all don't know what y'all doing? No, they don't know what they doing because you didn't tell them what they should be doing. Like all the mamas of the time. Y'all don't tell y'all girls how babies are made. So, of course, these two, I'm not gonna say they stupid, but like, they kind of dim with it. Because her mama was all about not reading because you're going to confuse your thoughts. Really, ma'am? So now she got to come up with a scheme so that this solicitor don't end up sending her tail to jail. And Colin tells Penelope, I like you and I want to be with you. After they did something strange in the back of the carriage. After she was like, give me a kiss. So now that he is, went a little too far with her. Now he don't even propose, which we gonna get on that one. Like, bro, you didn't even propose. You just brought me in your mama's house and was like, we getting married. You didn't get down on bending knees like Boys to Men did. You did not present me with a ring. I'm not gonna say that. You brought me in your mama's house and like, we getting married. And like, Lady Bridgerton like, hey, y'all getting married. Now, Eloise don't know what to do with this situation because it's like, bro, you need to tell my brother quick, fast, and in a hurry that you were that you would Lady Whistledown. How this going to happen? Because remember, you have talked about my brother a lot in your articles. So how we going to settle this? Meanwhile, the queen, she is upset because Lady Whistledown is always, telling her life with her words. Killing her softly, if you will. So she want to find out who it is that is Lady Whistledown. Like, I'm gonna give y'all some money. I got 5 stacks on this if the real Lady Whistledown pops up, or you can tell me who Lady Whistledown is. And this is when Crystal was like, this is my opportunity. I don't want to get married. Nobody seems like they want to marry me because I'm evil, but we find out why she is evil and it's her daddy. Like, this man, like I said, he looked like he one sneeze away from like his whole body just shattering. Like, all you gotta do is just come up and go boom, and he gone. He trying to get her married off to one of his friends. So you want me to get with Crypt Keeper Part 2? That's what you want for my life? So she was like, the only way to get out of this is to, say that I'm Lady Whistledown. But the thing is, she don't have the penmanship of Lady Whistledown. When she's writing, it ain't it. And the queen was like, I know you not it, so you are confined to your house. You are not going to be out here on these streets going to these parties. You are over with, my boo-boo. We have a little scene with the Mandrake family. Y'all know he was the boxer who had threw the game, which eventually led to Lord Featherington no longer being here. Well, his family's on the come up. He got him a little bar. They're making a little bit of money, but You know, the solicitor comes in and lets them know, which that solicitor was all kind of raggedy. Like, no, I don't want to drink. Like, I'm not going to drink in this establishment, but okay. Mm. So the solicitor's like, do you know a lady such and such, such and such? And Miss Montrake was like, yeah, that was my aunt. Like, I only met her a few times, but she was a cold lady. He was like, well, she's even colder now. She didn't went on. She no longer here. And since she didn't have any sons, you were the only relative that has a son. Now your son is the Earl Duke Lord of the House of the Lord Duke Earls. So y'all have moved on up to the east side. Which is weird is like now they are in society, but they're not lords and ladies or dukes and duchesses or earl and earlesses and none of that. They are not entering into society because their son is the Duke Earl, Lord of the Duke Lord Earl house. That was a tongue twister right there. Cressula has put two and two together and realized that Penelope is Lady Whistledown. She tries to get money off of her, which isn't a success. Colin finds out about this and is mad, but like, I gotta, protect your honor, so I'm gonna go confront her. And Cressula was like, okay, now I'm gonna double the price. You want this out there? Colin, he is more upset that she is out here writing and she is good at it, and he is not. So he kind of sort of takes it out on her. So it's like, what we gonna do? So Penelope's like, you know what? I'ma just tell the truth. So Queen Charlotte shows up and like, everybody who was not a Bridgerton, get out of here. Penelope was about to leave. He's like, no, remember you a Bridgerton now. And she's like, okay. And that's when she lets it be known that she Lady Whistledown. And everybody's looking like, shocked, surprise. And when she, lets it be known to everybody that she is Lady Whistledown, she was like, it just started off like this, and it was a way of me expressing myself. I'm kind of sorry that I did that, and I offended a whole bunch of people, but can y'all forgive me? Like, me personally, I would have loved it if they had kept it quiet until, the very end, and not let us know who Lady Whistledown was at the end of season 1. Or maybe they didn't know that they were going to get another season. I don't know, but I do love this show. I do love it for Francesca and Laura Kilmartin, but it seemed like when they was about to go to Scotland to Kilmartin Manor, his cousin was tagging along, and Eloise, and it was looking like Francesca and that cousin was looking at each other and giving each other the eye. So I'm like, what is that all about? What's going on over there? So, now that everybody knows that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, they can be like, okay, this is where the family got the money from because of Penelope. And, that's how whoever has a little boy they're going to be the next Lord Featherington. And it turns out that it is Penelope. She is the one that had a boy. Her two sisters had girls, which I thought it was quite ironic that the mama who didn't think Penelope was one going to get pregnant by a nobleman, or two, have a son. She did all three. Yeah, all three. Now, I don't know if I had said this because I had to do this video multiple times, but Lady Bridgerton, she hot in the draws. She ready to get a man. She has not had a man in 15 years since her husband passed away. Now, y'all know she was hot in the draws in Queen Charlotte. Now come Lady Danbury's brother, and she's really hot in the draws. But this is an awkward situation because Lady Danbury is her unofficial mama. In my mind, that is. And, this your brother, how this gonna work out. But after Lady Danbury was mad about the situation, because she still blames her brother for her having to be with that ghoul. I shouldn't call that man a ghoul. And trigger warning, y'all remember what he looked like? It was this. So, yeah, because of you, I had to live my life with that man. And I hated that for myself. And I would like to life never have done that. But, if you want to be with my daughter friend, then I guess that is cool. But you better not hurt her. If you hurt her, I will hurt you because I love her more than you because she is my daughter friend. That was the gist. If I left anything out about me, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.